What's going on, Big D?
What's up, JH? Mailman Derek. Just spitting it tonight. You and me.
What you got on there, big dog? What you got on there?
I got myself a little, let me show you up.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Ooh,
I'm wearing the
ooh,
shirt. I'm wearing the
ooh.
shirt that you guys bullied me into wearing.
Ah, man, fits like a glove. Thank you again, unconscious. Love
Yeah,
it.
I unfortunately I didn't want to wear this, but between you and Chooch, y'all forced me to wear this now. So
Yeah. Come
um
on. You
I'm
love.
I'm definitely, nonpartisan on anything. Vote your feelings, vote your feelings.
Yeah, me
Um,
too. I'm nonpartisan too.
so
Vote your feelings, but
I
I'm
got a
voting no.
question, man.
Yeah.
We jump right into it. I've been getting a lot of behind the scenes rap session recordings. You heard them, I heard them. Oregon, New York, meetings. First, before we get into what we heard about Renfro, tell me what you think about them New Yorkers and the way they had their meeting. Tell me, was that not it?
That was it. That was incredible. Like, first of all, the fact that these meetings we can't all see is an absolute joke. But second of all, his dirty fucking little smirk on his face saying like I it's all me, it ends with me be my he gets caught in the bathroom. He's a motherfucker.
Wait. Before we get there,
Yeah.
how do you feel about the way that union in New York carried themselves overall?
Oh, I
If
thought they were great. I mean, I thought, that's I'd like a little more hostility personally, but I mean, at least they were going at him, right? I mean, you have to go at the guy. And oh, please, I'm not gonna answer language. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Like he needs more hostility. I don't know where he's going next. Fucking probably out of the country, but wherever he's going, give him hell. Give him more hell. The guy deserves it. Like he did us dirty. And New York handled it. Like they
okay,
did. They did
all right.
good.
Well,
I'm proud of them.
my real question, and we didn't get to Renfro yet, is
Yeah.
a lot of the mail carriers, the CCAs, and the regular carriers don't want to go to union meetings. Because usually it's business as usual, very monotone, it's very difficult to get to them. When you
Right.
get there, there's only a handful of people that show up to the meeting. That video that I saw with the amount of people,
Mm-hmm.
and there were people from different unions there, from
Definitely.
different states.
Ah,
They all came together.
yep.
That was just a meeting. And
It's fantastic to see that.
th-
It's
things were like
great to
that.
see that. Like, it looks like we can almost call ourselves a union now and not an association. You know what I mean? People are coming together. Um, Granted, we all have the same target, right?
Yes.
He's just such a dick. And you're right about the union meetings. Like, I want to get more. I'm personally guilty of this. Like, I want to get more involved, but it's the same old shit, right? I mean, they go for the pizza and the soda, nothing gets accomplished. I don't like anyone there, so I don't have anyone to sit with. They're all I mean, probably shouldn't have said that, but it's the truth.
It's the truth, man.
It's the truth, man. They're
It's
all
your world.
more than half of them are retirees, coming for the pizza and to have a few drinks, and the other half are people I just don't fucking like, right? So if Renfro was going, I'd be in the front row. That's a different story. Hell yeah. And I would hope the majority of our state would be there alongside, just like New York. Like, I love seeing that. That's unified. We're coming together here. We all have a
Yeah.
common enemy.
I wouldn't even call it an enemy. You have a common cause. You
Cause.
all
All right.
you want the same things. You know,
Right.
I'm not sure if you listened to the whole thing, but at that union hall, the man said he had showers. Did you watch the whole thing or no?
I didn't see this part.
Okay,
You had
so
showers?
they have showers there that were built because they have letter carriers that are homeless. That are homeless. I know this is pretty
Wow.
shocking to you,
Wow. It's
but for
not,
them,
honestly, it's not shocking to me.
yeah,
But
and
I
that's
didn't
disgusting.
realize, I didn't realize that. That's, wow.
Yeah, a lot of
Wow.
people, a lot of you included, got to watch that whole thing, man, from beginning to end because it's just one of those things where you hear the actual members applauding their president when their president comes for them to, bail them out. The president steps up. A person was about to be fired. He came in, he stepped in. They're talking about why there's certain language that was excluded out of the contract. They're talking about how many sick days they're taking away and what you can use for sick days. They're saying only 75 hours of sick time or something like that. Now
Yep.
that's less than 2 weeks. Now
Yep.
suppose you had a surgery, so they're
Yes.
cutting back on
Yeah.
a lot of things. And that one meeting was so informative that a lot of people gotta, if people don't start going to their meetings, their
Mm-hmm.
union meetings,
Right.
they'll never be informed. And they shouldn't only go because of the fact that we're losing money or you guys are losing money or you're worrying about the monetary aspect of it. Um, you should be going because shit, that everything evolves around what they fight for and what they what they allow and they don't allow, put leaders in place. But the one thing that caught my interest or attention was the gentleman said that he was at the meeting, he was at a rap session and caught Renfro. And when he caught Renfro, he asked him, when they brought the tentative agreement to the USPS, who was, part of that? Or was it just him? Because, you're supposed to have the rest of the body with you to go and do
Right.
that. And Renfro, in response, told him, do you know the bylaws or whatever it is? Do you know how the contract works? And, with a smirk on his face and basically saying, there was only two other people that were available and they quote unquote agreed. And then the guy said he was going to go do diligent and find out from them by themselves if they did
Mm-hmm.
agree. And when he found out from them, they said that they tried to talk him out of it, which means he unilaterally went up and
Gross.
negotiated for 300,000 letter carriers, trash ass contract, in my opinion, that he put together for whose benefit? Because, like I told you before, when I showed you guys that picture of 2021, what the letter carriers, the CCAs were starting at, here we are in 2024 at the end of it, and it's the same damn pay rate. I
Yeah.
mean,
It,
how do you feel
it's
about that, big man?
amazing. To me, it's disgusting. It's the definition of dictatorship, right? I mean, if you are negotiating something and the two people that's supposed to be with you negotiating say, I don't think we should do this, that is no longer a democracy. Now it's a dictatorship. Majority should rule there, right? I mean, they
So,
they were they were trying to do the right thing, supposedly, and he just goes up and says, "No, I got it. I got it. Like it's on. This is what I'm doing." That's bullshit. And he should be out today after hearing that. Today, yesterday, right? I mean, that is crazy. I can't get over that. I can't get over that. I mean,
um,
what I thought of him before, I mean, it's gone even down. It's
worse than
gone
that, huh?
down 10 degrees for God's. It's unbelievable. It just gets worse and worse. Oh,
Well,
oh,
it
disgusted.
it it's weird that he feels like um he is the beginning and end all.
Yep.
And there's no system of checks and balances. I've never, in the years I've been here, I'm sure you've been through at least one vote before. I've never heard so many people want ballots. You understand
Yes.
what I'm saying? There
Yeah.
has never been this many people saying, "Where's my ballot at?" I don't
Right.
think I've ever heard that. Look, I need my ballot to make sure that I vote, whatever my vote is. And they're supposed to sign their ballots as well, right? I don't know if you knew
Yeah.
that. That's very important that, when they cast their ballot, they're supposed to sign them.
Oh yeah,
Um,
and make sure everything is correct on the ballot. Make sure you're mailing it, because if one number, if you write, a lot of people might write fuck you, no, or something. They'll
you
cast
can't.
that aside. They won't
Yeah,
count it.
yeah.
So you got to make sure everything's correct on that ballot, sign it, and mail it in. And I agree.
What
Like,
I need you
ballots
to
weren't
do
even
while it's on
talked
my
about.
mind is I want you to make a short when you get a chance and make sure that you tell your people that they need to go into light blue and make sure that their addresses are all up to date.
Absolutely.
A lot of us will
Absolutely.
move within the last couple of years
Yep.
and we don't have the correct address. We're
Yep.
hoping that the post office is going to forward it. Well, shit, we already work for the post office. We know how that works.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so make sure that you do a short whenever we're done with this and let people know. And, let the other guys tell them that too. You make sure
Right.
that your addresses are up to date
Definitely.
in light blue because that's where they're going to send your
Right.
ballots.
Yeah.
And there's
I
not going to be
actually
sent out
had
to
to
the
do that.
beginning of the month.
I actually did this about a year ago. I moved about 6 years ago, so my old address was on file for 5 years. And so I just did this a year ago. Um, but it just goes to show you, you just forget about it. It's a run of the mill. Paycheck comes in, direct deposit, it's like the
Hmm.
address never plays a part. But, like that's just something definitely, definitely have to tell people to do. Because if like they'll be happy to send that goddamn ballot to that house that you're not there anymore. That's just one less vote.
And that's one less vote.
Yep.
Um, my question to you is, do you believe that it's going to be a fair vote?
How can I believe that? Honestly, like how can I this I mean, who's in charge of counting the ballots?
Mm.
Do we even know that? I mean, I'm not even sure. Like his executive council, I assume, is like in charge of it. His
Oof.
um his board, his hand-picked board. Ugh. Um, no, I don't trust it. I don't. Like, why should we? I don't trust the man. I don't trust the man as far as I can throw him. Why would I trust the counting of the ballots?
They
God,
claim that they're going to have an outside source count the ballots.
yeah.
I
What's the
want to
outside source? Like, his. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it.
I want to know if like a Mike Cariff or a James Henry could be present when these ballots are counted. I don't know if that's a
I
thing,
I would think James Henry would be president, right? I mean, he's vice president of the
but
NALC,
hasn't he
right?
hasn't he been blackballed or something like that? Or
Yeah, supposedly, like, yeah, he's not involved, but he should be there. Like, he should be in the room. I don't care. Like, he owns that position. So if if he truly cares of the outcome of this vote, I feel like he has to be in that room. I don't care if
mm,
he's blackballed. I don't care if he's whatever. He still owns that title. He's still getting paid for that position. Fucking be there, right?
that's what I would assume, right?
Yeah. So I mean, Mike Cariff, I mean, I would hope like the board of presidents there, like they would all be in a in some way, involved in it. I would hope. I mean, I like Mike Cariff. I like what he has to say.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like I trust him from the things he said. Um,
Right.
so I would like if he was there. I would like if James Henry was there. Anyone but this dickhead.
I
right?
think that there has to be some form of accountability
Definitely, definitely.
because I feel like y'all are up against the beast that, you just
That
can't.
wants to be the beast.
He don't want to be the beast because he's very passive in everything he talks about.
Actually, you're right. You're right.
The way that little video when he was talking about Sundays, I don't know if you listened to it about the Sunday delivery and everything, and
Yeah.
he was saying, oh, we wanted it to go back down to the lower. We wanted it to go back down to the lower courts because that would have just he went through this whole thing.
It's pretty
And
good. That's a pretty good impression right there, you know. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I like it. You
however,
should do more of that.
however, yeah, so yeah, however, um, with that though, he said, it would just open up a whole can of worms, basically. We'd have to change up the contract. We'd have to, the times would change. And why not?
I know,
Don't
I know.
don't people want times to change?
Definitely.
Don't
Definitely
you
like
guys want to come in 6, 7 o'clock in the morning so you're out earlier? He's saying it would
uh,
open up. He's saying with the other unions. Well, yeah, if the way that is going right now is not working for the people that work for the unions, basically for the post office, but you're representing us, and we don't like the way it's going. What's the problem with starting to make a change? Okay, well, we're gonna have to deal with this head on. The Supreme Court said we're gonna have to let the people off with the Sundays. You know what? We can't stop the Sunday delivery, but what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to obviously get newer people to come in, or we're gonna have to rearrange the schedule just so that on the Sundays at the plants, we gotta factor in what, because that's what it is. At the end of the day, there are a lot of bids at the plants that have
yep,
Sundays,
yep,
and there's a lot of bids for truck drivers that have Sundays. Think about
yep,
that.
yep.
So that would cause a ripple effect across the board.
Right,
I get it. So, you know what
right,
I mean? So,
right,
if you gotta deal with things one way or another, if the plant's gonna run regardless. People are gonna be selecting bids based on that specific day off.
right.
Okay. And they say, oh, nobody wants to work on a Sunday. Now we gotta close. That's what he's worrying about. You got to get
Yeah,
people to work
yeah,
in there. Well, the assistants have to work, right?
right. I mean, he's right. I used to love working a Sunday. You know, like get in. Like first of all, we're delivering for America. No, we're delivering for Amazon. Like that's DFA. I mean that is what it is, honestly. But so Sunday is an NS day. It's a non-sched day, right? So every day we come in, I have an 8 o'clock start time. So why is Sunday all of a sudden a 10 o'clock start time? It's a non-sched day. Every day should be the same start time, right? 8 o'clock. And I see what you're saying. Why aren't we pushing things? Why can't we start at 6 in the morning every day? I mean,
he
mail is being delayed right now, I feel like on purpose. I don't know. Because why all of a sudden is the mail not getting to places the way it should get to? We have plenty of lines of transport, like the meal
there's
should
there's a
be there.
there's a big domino effect. I can see why there's a delay because in order for you guys to start at 6 o'clock, the truck
Right.
drivers got to be in early.
Right.
The
Yeah.
loads got to be done by damn near
Yep.
11 p.m.
Yep.
at the plant in order for the truck drivers to come in at midnight to get
Yep.
it to you guys by 1 a.m., which means all of your clerks got to start at 1 a.m., and a lot of them do. But then they're not just receiving the mail from the plants, they're receiving the Amazon, they're receiving the UPS. Then they got to go through their process of sorting the mail out for you. By the
Yep.
time you guys come in, they want to make sure that all the mail is brought to them. And that way you guys don't have to do the double back thing. So I get it to a degree, but shifting of times, if
Right.
you've never done it before, try something new.
Try
They
starting. Try
they
starting
say they
something.
say
Right.
if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. This
Yeah.
system's fucking broke,
Yeah, it's broke. Exactly.
and they're just
The
doing
only thing
patchwork to it.
The only thing I would worry about is like, medications, to make sure they get out like on
Right.
time. Listen, like if people started getting their meal at 8 a.m. instead of noon, like believe me, they're gonna be happy getting their mail because people love getting their mail. I don't know why. I hate getting mail. It's nothing but fucking bills, right? But people love getting their mail. If they're getting their mail at 8:30 instead of 1:30 or noon, whatever, I think they'd wait a day. I think they'd be happier getting their mail early. The problem is like the medications and that stuff to so like would pushing the time back, you know, would that ensure those getting out on time? But like you said, we could just push everything back, like I don't know, like status quo, right? Nothing changes in the post office. What's up is down. I don't know. It's just, let's just keep the same old broken ass system. That's it.
Hold on.
Yeah, Sunday deliveries. We have Amazon is more important than anything in the post office right now. I hate to say that, but it's true.
It is.
Like they care about Amazon so goddamn much. It's crazy.
We're going to get back to that in 1 second. We're going to take a
Yeah.
break. We'll be right back.
You hear me okay?
All right, we came back. Derek, thank you for the break. I had to use the restroom.
Yeah.
And we got somebody on the line. We got a clerk on the line. Who we got on the line with us today?
What's up, man? Mr. D,
How you
fellow clerk
doing?
in the United States Postal Service.
All right, Mr. D. We were just talking about the carrier craft here. And the carrier said you clerks suck. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
didn't say that. My name's Derek.
That's
Nice to meet you. Nice to talk to you.
likewise, Derek. Likewise. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, so we want to
So,
roll we want to roll times back, like it would be nice our like amazing NALC president Brian Renfro, you know, um
hmm
he said he's not amazing. He sucks. He's a dick. But he said we don't want to
got it.
yeah, okay. He said we don't want to change, we don't want to roll it back. We just want to stick status quo, right? We don't want to go earlier. We don't want to go earlier because that would mean everything has to go earlier. So, what's your view on that?
Sounds like he talking out of his ass. So,
Yeah,
that's
he
me.
always is. Yeah.
Sounds like he's talking out of his ass. Where you are? What's your start time as a carrier? What's your start time?
8 o'clock. I'm in Boston.
Eight
8
o'clock
o'clock. Yeah.
in Boston. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
During your time in the post office, what was the earliest you were coming in, excluding holiday
8 o'clock.
holiday season?
Never been. Yeah.
8 o'clock. So
Never.
you've
Yeah.
always been 8 o'clock.
Yep.
All right. So at my station, I believe these guys they're like 8:30, 9 o'clock or something like that. And the
Ugh.
carriers have been, I'm not gonna say they griping, but the carriers have been letting it be known they're not feeling that. It doesn't work for them. Here it is, you got X amount of work for them that exceeds the standard or the normal, and you want them back within a certain
Right.
amount of time that you know for a fact that they can't meet, and then still penalize them for it, and then double back and blame the clerks. When you know good and goddamn well it's not solely on the clerks because we got a certain start time. Well, they got not the back operational, but they got a certain start time as well. But at the end of the day, the biggest issue is management's lack of scheduling. Scheduling is terrible, horrible.
Do you run into that problem over there, D? Derek.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
of course. I
Oh,
mean, it's, whenever, it's, well, we have a machine, we're an SNDC, so now we have a machine sorter out. So, the clerks are mainly just, they're putting it through the machine and then they're doing miss sorts, right? So it takes them a little bit. And then they're passing out tubs of flats, basically. So,
right.
um, this stuff, there's no reason why this couldn't be rolled back though. Like how is the people starting at 9 o'clock in the morning getting back with the outgoing meals to hit the truck? You know, like it just doesn't make any sense. Everything would make more sense if we rolled it back, not forward, you know?
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and you know, a lot of the older ones, a lot of the older carriers, in my opinion, based upon what I hear, they don't really care. They could care less. Do what you want to do. You know, want to send at 9?
Mm.
I really don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. I'll be here at 8:30, 8 o'clock. I could care less. Whatever. Just more, you know, their sentiment is just stay out of my way. Let me do my job. Let me do my route. All right. If you're giving me a piece of a route, give me a piece. I don't need the lecture. I don't need all the other shit. Give me my work and let me leave. You know what I mean?
So
Mm.
who are the ones
So,
complaining? Like who's complaining? Like are the younger carriers complaining?
yeah, sometimes, I mean, their complaint is valid, but, you know, of course, it's the younger carriers, we talking like maybe 5 years and under post office who have more to say about it than I would say some of the more seasoned and vetted
Right,
carriers.
right.
The
Yeah, I got
the
you.
more seasoned carriers, the more seasoned carriers, they don't really have a whole lot to say because they know more or less, you know, shit run downhill. You know,
Right,
again, if you're gonna give me a piece, just give me the piece and let's move on. I'm out.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Give me my piece
right.
and let me go.
Yeah, we're just looking for the go up and go, right? I mean,
Yeah, that's it. You know, all these extended morning meetings and all that shit. All right, look, bro, just
yeah,
send it to
yeah,
my scanner.
yeah,
Send it to my scanner.
exactly. Yeah,
We can talk when I get back.
yeah, you're dead
We
ass
can talk
right.
about it when I get back. Yeah,
So
Yeah.
so you know that's
you
that. But
you think that delays the carriers?
but
D with the
as far as
with the meetings in the morning and any of the unnecessary delays?
absolutely, absolutely. You know, again, the more seasoned, the more vetted ones, half of them be gone before the express get there. You know, they tell them, look, I'll come back for my express. You know what I mean? They out.
Okay.
They out. So, you know, they'll probably do, you know, a good portion of their route. They get the phone call or they get the text about any leftover priorities or any leftover parcels. You know, hey, I get that when I get there. I'll get it when I get back. They'll go run
Hmm.
it again. You got a piece for me? All right, let me get the piece. And that's it. They out.
Do you think that it has a lot to do with management or the union or
Yeah,
what's
because
your go ahead.
it has to do with scheduling, bro. At the end of the day, scheduling. If you don't have the foresight or the efficient foresight to schedule your people, you don't have the efficient skills to manage the quote unquote chaos that may follow. You understand what I'm saying?
I
Right,
so
right.
agree.
You
I
know,
so agree.
you
I mean, yeah,
you know for a fact by like what 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, we have X amount of carriers that called out. It's not rocket science. All right, this particular carrier called out. Who's the next carrier that's closest to this route? Yo, bro, I need you to take a piece of it. All right, move on to the next one. It's like we got to sit here and have a meeting of the mind, and you know we got to have a group session and a group think like, oh my God, what do we do about this? Same thing we always do about it.
yeah. It's like the first day on the job all the time. It's crazy.
Right,
It's
right,
not rocket science. Yeah,
right.
I 1000% agree.
Oh, so it's like that
Now,
on because
granted,
I'm not at a station, so I don't experience that. But that's the first that I hear y'all both saying that. It's like first day on the job, huh?
now,
Yeah, every day. I
now,
mean,
granted,
somebody bangs every day. Like every day we get a call in, or there's an annual leave or something, and it's especially worse when they know the guy's off. You know, like the day before, and they still can't figure out what to do.
right. Right. To me, that's like the biggest insult. You knew a week and a half ago that this person is going on
Right?
vacation and you
Yeah.
didn't prepare adequately enough. So now, you know, you're in a hurry. Now, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to throw buckets of water on the fire when, you know, we could have had a hose ready 3 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah. That I love that analogy. I'm gonna steal that one. I like it.
Mm.
That's a good one. I like it.
So,
Yeah.
so you know, that's pretty much that. And I'm not even a carrier, so a lot of these things I'm hearing as well as observing and passing.
You just see. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You just see the shit show for what it is. Yeah.
Wasn't your wife a
Yeah,
carrier or was she a clerk?
yeah. No, my wife is a carrier. Man. My wife is a carrier.
Okay. So you know.
And
Yeah.
again,
You know. Yeah.
she's vetted, so I know from firsthand experience between her as well as some of her coworkers. You know, when I see them, they tell me like she's gone. She's one of the main ones who's gone before the express comes. You know what I mean? Using that as an example.
Mm.
Yeah,
She'll
that's
tell
good.
you
So
quick.
she must be close to the office, right? I mean, she's got to be kind of close to the office then, like to come back and get like an express or whatever, some priority packages. Because
I,
you know,
I, I'm under
I
the assumption she is. She and I are two totally
yeah,
different stations. I'm under the assumption she may possibly be,
yeah.
close.
Because my route's like far away from the office. Like there's definitely carriers like you're saying that just they jet. They throw their flats, they pull it down, and they're out. Whatever packages are up. They don't even wait for the all up. They'll come back and grab the packages later. There's definitely carriers that do that. But they're the ones that are closest to the office that can do it. Like my route is like 25 minutes away from the office. So for
Oof.
me to do that, it'd be like wasting time. I have to wait for the all up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
you don't have a choice.
I see it both ways.
Sure. Okay, so you don't have a choice. So you have to, more or less bite the bullet and wait
Yep.
for this stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I asked
Okay.
yesterday D a question, and I mean you as a semi-seasoned worker there, I asked Derek and someone else yesterday, if you had the opportunity, how could you? I know this is different. How could you? What do you think you could do to make management's job easier?
I can't wait I can't wait to hear this. All right. It's a tough question.
That's a great question, but to be completely honest, myself, I can't do a goddamn thing. And the reason why I say that is because I can't help nobody that refuses help, regardless of their position of leadership.
Ooh.
We all in this
I
together.
mean,
So
I
Elaborate.
agree. I
it,
basically said the same thing
so
yesterday, right? I mean,
Jay, you and I have conversations like this time after time after time again. From the time we've met each other, we've always had these combos. Bro, if you see something and I see it, obviously you and I both are looking at the same exact thing. So if we are looking at the same exact thing, how is it that my resolution to the problem is nowhere near the resolution you thought of, let alone if you even thought of one? You see it just like I see it. So how is it that I'm thinking of a solution and you have nothing, but yet you are again in this position of leadership?
Oof.
So that's my take on a lot of things. I think a lot of these people who are in leadership, they need to be retrained. They need some sort of training course in regards to lead. They need some sort of problem solving skill class, something. I mean, obviously this shit ain't rocket science, bro. It's just letters and envelopes. That's all it is.
yeah,
Letters and envelopes.
man, I love these things.
Well,
I love these things, man.
just so you're aware, I see some of your supervisors and your managers right across the hall from me taking the training. Just so you know.
Yeah,
I would hope so.
yeah.
They're there. They're training, but I don't know.
They're training. They really are training. Training to
Yeah.
do what? Be worse?
Well, no, I've told you guys this before. My office is literally across the street across the hall from the training area, and they come in there, and I listen to what they're being taught and
Jesus.
trained, and yeah.
And what
it's,
are they being taught? Just how to be assholes? Like how
Yeah,
to be
do
just
tell,
total,
do tell,
you know?
I took
do
the
tell.
training course as well. And there are some great points on the online training course, but that's just the online interaction. That's all that is. Now, when they have the online interaction, they're forced to sit there in front of the computer for X amount of hours. They got to take it. And it talks about the new onboarding process. It talks about how to interact with people, etc. You're just sitting there to complete that. So it's logged into the system that you are, that you have completed it. Now, they have speakers that come in from different areas, and the speakers that come in from different areas talk to the supervisors and the managers. What they're talking about isn't about how to interact with carrier A or clerk A. They're talking about how to make you more efficient, and if you're not more efficient, how to perform the proper discipline through the proper steps. I think I was joking with you guys. I don't know if you were part of it before, but I was joking about it. And that's all I heard. Discipline this, discipline that, discipline this, discipline that. And it drove me crazy.
It's always the answer. It's a problem.
Just to interject for a moment, you know, I've overheard several telecoms since my time being here. And I too have heard, you know, that same rhetoric. And I'm like, damn, I've never heard nobody, you know, on the telecom provide detailed information in regards to, you know, efficiency or better efficiency.
Right.
I've always heard in regards to corrective action, disciplinary action, things like that. And also too, again, Jay, you and I have always spoke about this, but also I have a question, a legitimate question. Is there a required time in position before a person can step up to be a manager? Because I've heard rumors that some clerks have stood up for a 204B or supervisor in their 90 days in the post office.
Yep.
Is that true?
That's a fact.
So
that happens a lot. Yep.
In order for you to move into a supervisor position, you do not need to be a 204B. You can apply for it. It's easier for you to be a 204B first, but if you're not a 204B, it doesn't matter. You can get into a supervisor position. Now, you cannot go from a regular me and you to a manager position. You have had to have held a EAS position prior to that, which means you have to have had a supervisor position before you move into station manager, operations man, whatever it is. But you have to go you cannot just go from a truck driver, a clerk, a carrier to be station manager. So you have to be a supervisor first.
Okay. So
Now
again, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So what I was going to say was, again, by no means, I'm not a carrier, but, and Derek, I'm sure you can speak up to this too, but I think it's like the biggest slap in the face to find out that a person became a supervisor within their first 180 days in the post office, and they weren't even that good of a carrier. How you going to tell me to do something, quite frankly, you didn't survive the cut for?
This is the problem. This is what happens. They can't carry, so that's what they turn to. They go to 204Bs and become supervisors, and then like I have a personal example. One of my best friends in the post office came from Vermont, and in Vermont, actually, I don't want to single them out. Well, already done, right?
They give a name,
so
though. You're good.
Yeah, first 90 days, 204B.
You got multiple friends from Vermont.
Yeah, I do. A lot of my friends come from Vermont. So first 90 days, 204B. He was a supervisor within a year, and then a postmaster within a year after that. So within 90 days, 2.5 years later, he's a postmaster. Didn't carry mail. Carried mail about 3 weeks. Couldn't hack it.
Shit.
Yeah, that's real. That's a real story. And this is most supervisors. They couldn't carry mail. So they give it up and they work terribly behind a desk. And they don't know how to treat people like human beings.
No, they don't.
Human beings. Well,
No.
I'm going to speak for Mr. D down there. He gets along with his supervisors and management just fine. I'm not sure exactly what you're having a problem with, Derek.
Now you know damn well. Now you know damn well they use a picture of me for dark practice. Cut it out.
Oh my God. Mm.
I
Well, I
mean, we
think
all the
Listen,
same.
you
It's
public
all the
number,
same.
you public enemy number one.
I wouldn't doubt it, but it's listen. At the end of the day, again, Jay, we say it all the time. I love my job. I love working here. I love the people. Let's stop the bullshit. Cut the shit. Cut the
You
shit.
think
Yeah.
You're not gonna piss off. You're not gonna piss on me and tell me it's raining. You're not gonna do
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You're
all
not,
right? So,
like that's what we're not gonna do. In no way, shape, form, or fashion. You're not gonna bully me. And you're damn sure not gonna harass me. I will follow orders. I will do my job. But these are behaviors that we're not accepting in no way, shape, or form. Cut the shit.
mm,
Yeah. Jay, this is the common denominator, right? Though, like, we all love our job, right? We are all telling you constantly we love our job.
froze D.
Absolutely.
You still
I
there?
did. Yeah, I'm
Uh-oh.
still here.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
froze.
You froze. You froze on mine too. What happened?
Oh,
Oh,
same
there you
thing.
are.
There we
We
go.
back? We back?
Yeah, we back.
Yeah, so
All
that's a
right.
common denominator. We all love our job, right? We all telling you the same thing. It's just if they can just treat us like people, like, just it shouldn't be this hard. It just shouldn't be.
Mm.
I don't know.
Right.
Here's something.
There.
We got a clerk on here right now. I'm gonna ask you, Mr. D. Do you believe? I know you're not too familiar with what's going on with the carriers and their union right now because our union is so great and impeccable. But
Illustrious.
illustrious. Do you believe that
Exemplary.
shit? You believe that we have situations where our shop stewards are in bed with management or abuse their power?
Of course. What? Of course.
Why would you say
Of
such a thing?
course. Because
Thank you
they
for
have
that.
proven themselves. Because some of them have proven to be ineffective, just like our management.
Mm. Oof.
And sometimes, from what, well, I'm not going to say from what I personally experienced, but from my
What you?
observation as well as what I've been told and things that I've read, they tuck their tail on situations that matters that they know for a fact management is completely dead wrong for. You're supposed to
Yes.
fight this particular situation tooth and nail, you know. And I've known several people who said, you know what, I'd rather fight for myself than pay the union another dime, and they remove themselves from the union.
Oof. And while we're on here, do you know the steps to how to remove yourself from a union? Being that we're on a podcast.
I personally do not know how to remove myself from the union.
It's
No,
hard.
sir.
They make it hard. They make it real easy when you first get in there, right? Orientation. They basically brainwash you, and it's peer pressure.
Shove
Here,
paper in
just
your
go
face.
around. Everyone sign, right? They make it real
Yeah.
hard. It's a 14-day window on your anniversary
Uh-oh.
date. So
You're
that's the
freezing
only
again.
way to
Is
get
that
out
my
of the
internet?
union.
I
Yeah, you
got
froze
good
again.
internet.
Yeah, you froze
Says
again.
good, allowing you to have the full experience. You D, you still there?
I'm still here.
Yeah, man, I'm here. I'm here.
So here goes. I recall at a station, not gonna say which station, there was a lady that became a shop steward, and I think she showed up to work, what, maybe 4 or 5 times a month and abused her abilities and
Mm,
could not get removed.
mm,
Then started dating somebody else that was in the union. I think it was like the vice president of the union as a shop steward, and just became damn near untouchable, totally useless, self-serving.
Yeah.
Which was no better than the person that was there before. And that's part of the APWU. You know,
Right.
have you ever heard anything like that, Mr. D?
I have heard of such dealings. Yes.
Okay.
It's
Yeah. It's
I
it's
have heard
wild.
a problem. It's a problem. In all
I,
crafts, it's a problem.
it's a it's that type of mentality of, you know, one hand wash the other, both hands come together, wash the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but how
It's
effective is that for you though? So we're talking about what the carriers dealing when there's people that are calling out. If this is a clerk, let's just say you were in that situation, not saying that you ever were, but if you were and you had a shop steward that didn't show up but 5 days a month because they abused their power, they can't replace the person. But
yeah,
doesn't that like add more workload to you? Do they get
absolutely,
temporary?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely it does. But you know, on the bright side of that particular situation, you know, that's when the overtime kick in. So I'm never going to turn no money down, but you know, there may come a day where I'm not in the overtime mood. I want to do my 8 and go home to my kids and my wife.
Right.
So
Right.
absolutely, it can increase their workload for sure.
Right.
I've heard of
You know,
situations when people like that will turn around and file a grievance when they come back to work, saying that they just for whatever silliness is possible. Maybe you were doing a hot case and they used to do the hot case, but they didn't expect the person to be in, and then they turn around and file a grievance because you did their work. It's
right,
almost a double
Right.
slap in the face.
right,
How do you handle stuff like that? Those are tyrants.
right, absolutely. And you see, it's like, you know, when certain things management says and does, I can understand because you got to understand at the end of the day, we're all here to make the mail move. You got to get the mail out. So in a situation like that, you're kind of forcing their hand. But again, that's like when you said it's self-serving. You know for a fact that somebody's going to grieve the fact that management is in a hot case doing mail. Management has to throw parcels for an hour or two. You're banking on it. You're banking on it. So for you, it's like a double-edged blade. You know, you gonna cut them either
Grievance.
whatever way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You know what I'm
in
saying?
other
You're
words,
banking on that.
they're damn near costing the post office more money.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
hurting the
Big
post
time.
office.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
They're hurting it. Yeah, they hurting it.
Yeah, that extra grievance that they continually pay out. Now,
Yeah.
I've seen it where they had carriers helping clerks throw. I don't know if that ever happened to your station, but I know at my sister's station they used to do that. Carriers be in there throwing mail, and it was a continuous thing. And knowing that this person is just gonna, collect money on grievance, they're gonna file it. They're gonna get the work done, but they're gonna file a grievance on it. And now they're
Right.
paying the carriers that came in to work, plus the clerk that was there, and the grievance for all the people that were doing the extra work. It's just giving money to somebody. Basically, they bait and switched on them, baited them in for that, like you said. And they
Right.
pay a lot of money in grievances, man. A lot of money.
Right.
How do they fix that?
Like Derek said, I guess that's when disciplinary action comes into play.
There is no fixing it. Yeah, there is. Like they take advantage of new carriers. Hey, go throw these tubs of flats. Go throw these tubs of flats. Go throw these tubs of flats. Go stage a DPS. Go do this. Go do that. CCAs, they don't know any better, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so they do it. No other carrier says a word because they want their mail to throw and get out of the building, right? And
Right.
the steward, it's up to the steward what the steward does. So I used to think
Right.
my old steward was good. And you know what? I used to throw the flats as a CCA not knowing any better. I used to throw flats and stage DPS. he never filed one fucking grievance for me. So what? I mean, what's a good steward? I have no idea. I haven't seen one yet in my career.
There's
I didn't say
there's
that.
no
I didn't say
template.
that.
There's
Yeah,
there's no template.
yeah, there isn't.
Have you watched
Yeah.
my most recent video, D?
No, sir, I have not. But
I
I
want you to
did get the
take.
notification across my phone.
There was a video of the NALC union in New York, and they all came together. Now, I know that's not your business, but I added my own bit to it in the beginning. If you get a chance while you're on your way to work tomorrow morning, I want you to hear and listen, just listen to it. I want you to see the unity, something that we don't have, the cheerfulness, the way the people came together. It is something unheard of because I've never heard anything like it before. And the people were applauding. I'm talking about at a union meeting, applauding. They came together, something like I said, never seen before. You got to hear it, man. And that may change your perspective on where you said that there's no template. If there's no template, that's at least what a majority of our unions should aspire
Well,
to be.
right. Well, just based off of and I'm giving you my word, I will definitely check it out. I will give you my word. I'm gonna check it out. But based off what you said, you said a lot. You said a mouthful. But you know why it's like that, though, right?
Mm.
Because those particular brothers and sisters up there, they all know and believe they're in the same condition. Whereas at my office, for example, they may not feel as such. Meaning, one of our
Cost
earlier
of living.
conversation, one of our earlier conversations, they always said like in the post office, it's a me first mentality or me first attitude. You understand? I might
Right.
not unify with the rest of y'all because my predicament is not y'all predicament. That's y'all fight. That's y'all battle. You understand what I'm saying? And vice versa. So because
Mm.
we may not believe we're all in this together, that's why there's no unity. And because there's no unity, that's why management does this the way that they do. Because they know for a fact if I write Jay up tomorrow and I put him on 7-day at home, I know for a fact the rest of these carriers are coming to work tomorrow.
Mm.
Now let them do that. Let them do that to the wrong carrier. The rest of them carriers, they not coming to work. They not coming to work for 3 days. How dare you send home this particular carrier who busts his ass for you? He doesn't use the word no. Anything you ask is yes, I got you. I'm on it.
Mm.
But this is the one that you use and abuse and throw away. Nah, we're not gonna let you do him like. So guess what? All right, he's home. I'm home too. A word, you staying home? You staying home too. 3 days. All right, cool.
Unity.
I love
Unity.
it.
Unity.
I love it.
They
I never.
they all know and realize they're in the same boat together. There's no again, there's no that's your fight, that's your fight. Nah, this is our fight.
I never thought I'd see the day that our union came together like that.
You
And
really got
like
to watch it.
I'm talking just a month ago. I never ever would have dreamed of that situation, honestly, because well, you just said it. Certain people certain people are in different phases of their lives, right? Making better livelihoods,
Right,
worse
right.
livelihoods. But you know what? The way they came together, we're finally, like I said to Jay at the beginning of the video, I almost can call ourselves a union now and not an association. It's like,
Right.
change a letter in the NALC, NULC. Maybe it's a union now. I don't know. Maybe this contract got us together. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Still doesn't change
Yeah,
the fact we're still gonna get a kick in the balls for our contract, but at least we're coming together. I think.
right, right.
So D.
There's changes happening within the post office.
Oh,
slowly but surely.
yes.
And
Yes.
because of guys like you who are having these conversations, but you're also having a conversation on the macro level for everybody to partake and indulge in, and for everybody to feel like they're being heard, regardless of predicament or situation. When we all tune into these, to y'all channels, bro, we all family. We all postal workers, regardless. It doesn't matter what my craft is. It doesn't matter what your craft is, bro. We are postal workers. We are in this shit together. At the end of the day, we want everyday Americans to continue still doing business with the post office. We still want them to buy stamps to some degree or another. It's keeping our doors open. We still want Amazon to give us some of their shit, even though we getting raped on the deal. That's another combo.
Yeah.
We still want that.
Yeah.
We still want that because it provides us our livelihood. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It
It's work.
provides us our livelihood.
Right.
It's our job. It's our job. Granted, we've been blessed and fortunate enough to, this is, for us, it's a career, but this is security to the utmost. This is security to the utmost, bro.
Yeah, I agree,
So,
man. I agree with everything you said. I
Mm.
love it. I love it.
so that's that's that. You think if somebody see you, Derek, tomorrow on the job, people ain't gonna let nobody just talk to you crazy or handle you crazy. Like, hey, talk to him nice, talk to him right. That's a grown man you talking to.
And that's what I always say. I'm like, I had a supervisor try to yell at me one time. Jay, I just lost you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear
yeah.
me, Jay? I had a supervisor
Yes.
yell at me one
Stepping
time.
away.
And I'm like, I haven't been yelled at by my father when I was 13 years old. You're gonna yell at me? Get out of here. You know? Like, just treat me like a grown man. I like my job. Let me do my job. And, if I don't do anything wrong. Like, oh, okay, I was stationary for an extra 3 minutes at this street. And really? We have to have this conversation? Really?
Right.
Jesus. Look the other way, for God's sakes. It's nothing. It's a piss
Right.
break. Jesus, like,
Right. Mind
treat
you,
us like
you are
human beings.
entitled to 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You're entitled to a 30-minute break as a carrier. So,
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know, so that
We
could
don't
have
get
been a
paid
portion
for it.
of my that could have been a portion of my 30-minute break. Get out of here.
Right.
Mm.
It's just
Get out of here.
unnecessary bullshit. That's what it is. It's like, just if they just left us alone, I swear we could run shit.
Mm.
Yeah, like
So
take them out of the mix. It would go smoother.
yeah, right. So Derek, me and Jay, we had a convo like 2 months ago, and I said something in regards to that. There be and I do not want to make this entire convo in regards to management. I don't, but it's such a heavy situation. Their
Yeah.
behavior is what makes us so easily agitated and hostile.
Yep.
And then they wonder why, we are the way that we are. You understand what I'm saying? How dare
Oh
you
yeah.
come to me? How dare you chastise me about 3 minutes? You don't know what was going on that road. You don't know what I was going through on that road. Instead of you just coming to ask
Exactly.
me, hey, listen, your scanner went off. You were stationary for a little too long. You all right? You good? Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. All right,
Right.
cool. Have a good, no,
You're right on the money,
it's
man.
what were you,
Right.
right? Yeah, like
Right
what
on
were
the
you
money.
doing? Why were you, you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
who the hell are
Yeah.
you talking to? Like, I look like your wife? I look like one of your kids?
Yeah. Like, you're right on the money. I mean, there's 3 of us in my station. I'm good friends with 2 other people. And we have this conversation
Right.
all the time. Like, why can't they just talk to us like people? Why? Like, I know I'm like
It's not
saying the
it's
same
not in
thing.
them.
It's just, I mean,
It's
it's
not
just,
it's not in them.
God. It's not. You're right. It's not. That's why I'd love to see this
It's not in
training, this so-called training, Jay.
them. Their
Yeah.
I
necktie is
got
too
it.
tight.
Yeah.
I
But,
got the training.
Their necktie.
yeah.
It is really good training, but
Yeah.
it's
They got to
I could
use it. Yeah.
I
They
could
got to
teach
use
my
it.
son how to do math. I could do it all on the board, but if he's not paying attention and not
Right.
receiving it,
Right.
then it defeats the purpose.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Gotta use it.
But also too, gentlemen, you know, they choose to carry on and conduct themselves the way that they do. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, they're making a choice. You understand what I'm saying? They're making a choice. They know right from wrong. They know what would get, quite frankly, the desired results, but they choose to be excessively heavy-handed because it's an abuse of power. It's abuse of authority.
Use of
For a
power.
lot of of them outside of the post office, they have nothing. And I'm talking about the seasoned one. This is all they got. This is
Yeah.
all that they have. So, you know, in this small little bubble, there's somebody
They
outside of
live
this.
for it. They live for it. Yeah. They live for
Yeah,
it.
they live.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
live for it, man. But
Yeah.
we ignore the bullshit. We ignore the negativity. You know,
Yeah.
when you, Jay, like I always said, when you see that shit coming, it's like, really, is this what we doing today? But
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
gentlemen, I just pulled up home.
All right.
My wife just called me. I'm about to get in there to these kids as well as her. Jay, whatever you need, man, give me a call.
Absolutely, man. We may have you back on a couple of these little
Yeah.
podcasts. I mean, this is me, myself,
I'm at your
Derek,
disposal.
and
Whatever you need.
Chuch. All right. But I
Whatever you
Yeah. It's
need.
appreciate you
good
coming
talking,
in,
man.
brother.
Good talking. Good talking. Nice
God
meeting
bless,
you.
Derek. God bless. You know,
Yeah.
honor
Yeah.
to
You
meet you,
too.
bro.
God bless.
God bless, bro.
All right. I'll talk to you.
Peace. Yes,
All
sir.
right. Wow, that's good, man.
Yeah,
I
that was
like
good
that.
stuff right there, Jay. I liked it.
We'll have Mr. D come back on a couple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
But we're at that hour power.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Let's
We'll
let's
we'll
wrap
have
it
some
up, huh?
friends on next time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But for those that don't know, oh yeah, some of us fit. Yeah, stretching out long hours sitting there.
Yeah. Vote. My shirt says vote no. That's
I
what it
don't
says.
know what
Vote
mine
no.
says because I don't read.
Yeah. It says vote no. So
Yours says that? Mine, I don't know
I'm
what
obviously
mine says.
encouraging it if I'm wearing the shirt, right?
Well,
So
I don't know. I don't know how to read. So then I'm sticking to my story.
Yeah.
Listen, Postal family, I enjoyed this conversation, and we're gonna have plenty more.
Yeah, this is nice. I
All
liked
right.
it. Yeah.
All right, we'll be out and we'll be back with another one soon
Yeah.
enough.
All right. Thank you, Jay. Mailman Derek out. Until next
Out.
time.